Welcome to day one of Vlogmas. So, fun fact about my house is we live with a lot of people. So we live with my in-laws, my husband's parents, and our family of four, and my husband's grandmother, and our dog. So there are just a lot of people in my house as it is. We also currently have guests from Thanksgiving still at our house. So some days for Vlogmas, you're going to get a voiceover because it was just too loud in my house for me to record me talking to you. And some days you'll get actual check-ins from me, probably from my car or my office. So that's just a snippet of Vlogmas. And really, that's a snippet of my life. Sometimes there are a lot of people around. Sometimes I spend a lot of time by myself. So, here is a flash of real life for you. But today is Sunday and we have a lot to do. So Sunday morning we went to church and came home, changed, and just relaxed. I try not to schedule anything or too many things on Sunday so we can all have some downtime, so we can all get ready for Monday and work and school for everybody. So Sundays are a day of rest for us. So I worked on day one for my Advent socks. So I'm doing the Cozy Knitter Advent socks. I'm also doing Freckled Whimsy Advent socks. So I'm doing one stripe per sock per day. For my second sock, I'm actually working ahead. I like having both socks done on day 25. So to be able to manage that and make sure that the pattern I picked out works well for what I want, I work ahead on sock 2. So you won't see sock 2 until the very end of Vlogmas, but those are coming along beautifully. I'm loving the colors that both the Cozy Knitter and Freckled Whimsy picked out this year. So besides that, I'm also doing granny squares for my Woolbery Advent. So I'm doing 8 squares per color, and I'm going to end up putting it into a giant Battenberg blanket. However, I do want to try and have my blanket done by the end of December as well, so I am working ahead of those colors. So you will see them in the daily picture. However, I probably won't be showing you working on them since I'm about a week ahead, and I don't want to spoil any fun surprises. So besides working on my socks and my granny squares, we also took the dog out for a walk. Sabine is our 11th month old in just a couple days. Schnoodle, so she's a Schnauzer poodle puppy that we got through a rescue group in Sacramento. So you'll see her a lot here on Vlogmas. And then she got a cute little bone. She is not allowed to have the bone on the couch or on the stairs. She's supposed to have it on her little bed. Finally, we have our day one picture. So I will be posting a daily picture on Instagram. So make sure you keep an eye out for that. But that is the stripe of the day for both of my socks and one of the 8 granny squares that I made with day one. I'll see you guys tomorrow for day 2. Hey, Victoria, Isabel. Good morning. This is the morning check-in for day 2. Dropped off the kids at school, got coffee. I am in the parking lot at work, so I'm going to go in and get some work done. Got the first stripe, or I guess the second stripe, the stripe for today for both of my Advent socks done. So I have some more granny squares to make. And then I'm going to work ahead on my second socks, and we'll see where we go from there. All right, see you guys later. Hi, welcome to day 3 of Vlogmas. I am in my parked car waiting for my kids to get out of school. So you might get a lot of car videos because this is when I have, 5 to 10 minutes of time where no one is talking. So anyways, we are here hanging out, waiting for kids to get out of school. I didn't check in yesterday after that initial video, but we had Taekwondo after school, so both my kids do Taekwondo. I also do Taekwondo. I started last October, and I just got my purple belt. So if you know anything about martial arts, or even if you don't know anything about martial arts, in the type of Taekwondo that we study, you test for like a new belt. So you learn new things for like a couple months, and then you test, and you show that you can do those things that you learned, and then you get your next belt, and you work way up to a black belt, and then there are degrees of black belt after that. So I am a purple belt, and I just got pushed up into the advanced class, which was really exciting. So we are starting a new weapon today. We're doing the speed bow staff, so long metal pole. I don't know what to do with it, but I'm excited to learn. So anyways, Taekwondo, this morning I had work. I forgot to take my day 2 pictures yesterday. So I try and take the picture in the afternoon when kind of our front room has the best light. And then I will schedule the post for the next morning. Well, I forgot to take the picture. So I had to take the picture this afternoon and then rush through my 2 stripes so I can take tomorrow's picture today. So I don't get behind. But got my 2 stripes done for today. I'm still working on my granny squares. I have noticed that I am not as efficient with my hand movements when I crochet than when I knit. When I knit, my hands don't move that much and my wrists don't move that much, which is great because I can knit for long stretches of time. However, with my crocheting, I'm moving quite a bit, which means I get tired and I'm kind of starting to feel a little pain. So pain is bad, especially when it comes to like your handcrafts. So I'm trying to figure out how to move less, but I don't know how that's going to affect the rest of Advent. So I'm going to be keeping an eye on my hand health and my wrist health, and make sure that I don't damage anything while I'm working on this blanket. So we'll stay posted on that. But other than that, today we've got more Taekwondo after school. I have class tonight, and then that's kind of it. So I will hopefully get some video of something, and put it in here. If not, this will be the check-in for today. I also gave Sabine a haircut. So Sabine is our schnoodle, which you've already met her. This is the first dog that we've had that has to be groomed. The last dog we had was a Jack Russell Rat Terrier, so she had fur and she shed, which the shedding doesn't bother me, but it bothers some of the other people that live in our house. So we had to get a dog with hair that needs grooming. And since I have the can-do gene where I can do anything if I just set my mind to it, which sometimes works and sometimes doesn't, I am teaching myself how to be a dog groomer. So I don't know how correct I'm doing it. There's a school bus right next to me, if you can hear it. But we're doing it. So she had some hair that was getting into her eye that was bugging her. So I was like, well, I'll at least give your a head cut. So I trimmed down her face and kind of around her neck and throat and head. So that is shorter, but the rest of her is still really fluffy. So I need to give the rest of her a haircut so she's all even later when I have a little more time between work and pickup. So that's what's going on for today. Hopefully you guys are having a great day 3, and I will see you guys later. Hello, welcome to the day 4 check-in from my car at the school parking lot as we're waiting for kids to get out of school. What have we done today? So I usually get up around 5:30-ish, let the dog out, feed the dog and all that. So I do get my stripes done in the morning for my Advent socks. So not a ton of video footage of me knitting, which I don't know how exciting that actually is. But my stripes are done. I still need to take my picture for tomorrow, but I'll do that once I get home with the kids from school. I went into work, worked into like early afternoon, went home, had lunch, and then just kind of chilled. And now I'm here waiting to pick up kids and start like the second half of the day. So for the Woolbery Advent, I've been crocheting granny squares for a Battenberg blanket. I'm making some adjustments. I'm doing DK weight yarn instead of fingering weight yarn like the pattern is originally written for. And I think that's a lot better. I'm still making like 8 to 9 squares. I think it's 8 squares per color until I get to like day 19, and then it's 7 squares for the rest. So I can have like a big size blanket. And then I'm going to join as I go with like a dark gray. The trouble with that being, I'm starting to get some pain in my wrists from crocheting. I know I talked about this yesterday. I had 1 square left to do yesterday after we chatted, and I was definitely feeling some pain. So I'm going to take today, tomorrow, and maybe even Friday off from crocheting. The nice thing about that is I have done at least 4 squares for days 1 through 12. So I'm ahead of schedule. I think like the first 5 or 6 days I did all 8. So I'm in a good place, so I can take a couple days off and see if it's my wrist movements that are causing me pain or if it's the hook. I think it might be the hook. It's not very thick. Like some crochet hooks now have like nice thick handles so you can grasp it better, and this one does not. It is a metal crochet hook that doesn't have much to grip. I also hold my crochet hook like a pencil. I know, I have a pen here. I can demonstrate. So I hold it like this, and then I crochet like this, which does give me a lot of wrist. Even doing this does not feel super comfortable, but it gives me a lot of wrist movements. I know a lot of crocheters hold it in their fist and are able to crochet. I don't know if that makes any difference. But I'm wondering if the way that I hold my crochet hook like a pencil, the way that I'm gripping it is helping cause problems. So I'm going to take a couple days off, let my wrist heal, or at least rest, and see if that makes any difference. Also, we started bow staffs yesterday, which was a lot of fun, but it's a lot of wrist movement. And so you're flinging this, stick around that is at least as tall as you are. I'm 5'5" on a good day, so this stick is at least 5'8", and I'm flinging it around my person. So I'm wondering if that also has something to do. I'm starting to feel some pain, like right here between my finger and my thumb, which is where the rotation is coming from my bow staff. So we'll see. I do have some like essential oil mix that I put together for joint pain and wrist pain. And then I have some essential oils for like a cream that I'll use for like muscle pain. So I will start using those and see if that helps out. And then I might need to do some like wrist strengthening exercises to help out. But that's, again, this is a snippet of real life. Some days I can do lots and some days I can't. So what does that mean for me now? I am like down a project. So I started up some tube socks yesterday. I posted them on my Instagram account. But I just have to add heels, toes, and cuffs. So I'm gonna work on those while my kids are in Taekwondo, because I have to have something to do or else I go shopping online, and that's never a good idea. So I'm gonna be working on those just so I can work down some more stash while I, have some rest, and go from there. So that is it for today. Hopefully I'll get some footage of Taekwondo a little later, but we'll see, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Okay, so anytime I'm having some issues with my hands and wrists, it is because I was a librarian for a very long time, and I did some damage here carrying books. I would grab books like this off the shelf. Even this movement does not feel good. But I'd grab books like this, and I'd pull them out, and I'd hold them with like a grip like this and put them on a shelf. And so I did some damage to like the tendons and stuff. And then when I had kids, I would do the same thing, and I'm picking them up. So it's called mommy wrist. And so it comes and goes. Also, just genetics are not on my side. The women in my family tend to have issues with their bones. So I'm trying to be very conscientious of my wrists and how they're doing so that I can knit for a very long time. So when I'm starting to feel stuff kind of act up, I grab two things. First is this little roller ball of essential oils. I know people are either like super into it or super not into it, but it seems to help me, and if nothing else, I smell good. So this is a mix of doTERRA's essential oils. It's Aroma Touch, frankincense, deep blue, copaiba, and lemon. And I think there's some other stuff you could put in here. And then fractionated coconut oil. So I don't know how well you can see that. I use it, fairly often. So I like to mix it up a little bit. And then I just roll it on. So I roll it on like this onto the inside of my wrist. And it helps, I think. I mean, just even the cold metal ball, like, just feels good when it's rolling around on my wrists. And then I also use this. This is also from doTERRA. I'm not a sales rep for doTERRA, but I do like their products. This is their deep blue stick with copaiba. To me, it's like icy hot. It gives the same kind of sensation. So just do that. And then I also rub some of that on there. And it works pretty quickly. So that's all I do. And so that will kick in. So we're going to go to Taekwondo in just a little bit, but I wanted to throw this on. I'm going to knit for a bit while I'm at Taekwondo, but it's only a 30-minute class, so it's not going to be a ton that I'm going to be working. And so I'm hoping this combined with not crocheting is going to just kind of give everything a rest, and then we'll go from there. Hi, welcome to day 5. I had to look at my calendar. I just spent the last 10 minutes chatting and nothing was recording. So I have a couple packages that have come in the mail over the last 2 days, and I haven't opened them until now because I wanted to share them with you. I don't normally get so many things at once, but they're here, so why not? So the first was from Woolbery. So for their, I think it was Woolbery Turns 8 big sale, they had some things, so I grabbed 2 things. So I grabbed this sock set. This is called North Pole, and this is a really light green, and it's got red speckles, and it's got green speckles, and I love this bright red. So this is a sock set on their Cozy Sock, which is 80/20 superwash merino nylon. And then I I think I got 5 skeins of this, but this is their colorway Nook, and I got it on their berry tweed. So it's merino. This is fingering weight, and I'm gonna be making the hot dish cardigan out of this. So that's a pattern by Lindsay Fowler. If you guys watch the channel regularly, you know that I am a super fan of the high desert socks. I love the high desert socks. I've made at least 20 pairs of the high desert socks. So this is a cardigan that's very similar in design. So I'm excited to cast that on next year. The other thing I got was my Row 1 mini subscription. So you get 10 gram minis from a different dyer every month. So this month, they send you a letter. It tells you all about the yarn dyer and the colors and where they're from and a little bit about them. But this is dyed by Holly Dye Works, and this is their Pine Twist base. So 75, 25 superwash merino and nylon. And it even gives you the names of the different colors. So each of these little 10 grams has a little, like a ball band, and it has on the ball band the name of the dyer and the name of the color. So if you really like one of the colors, you can go in and order them directly from the yarn dyer. They also send some candy. So there's a York peppermint patty, and a candy cane, and some stitch markers. So I got this little one. This is Joy, and then a little light bulb stitch marker. So really love that. This was the first year I did the Row 1, and I really enjoyed it. I ended up doing like these hexagon granny square crochet things and really loved doing that. So I'm gonna be making that into a blanket. However, I decided not to do another year of Row 1. Not that there was anything wrong with it. I'm trying to limit my subscriptions for 2025. So that's gonna be one of the things that I'm not gonna be renewing. But I am definitely going to try and do it again for 2026 because I really enjoyed it. The last thing that came in was a bit of a surprise, and it is in this peachy mailer, and this is from Gabs of Slip Sis. So rewind a little backstory. Amy of the Knotted Knitter, she's on Instagram and YouTube. She has a channel here. We met through a thing called Fibershare, which was a like swapping thing from a couple years ago. Probably been a little longer than a couple years. But anyways, we were partners, got to know Amy through our spinning, because I was spinning at the time. And we just continued to follow each other. And this last summer, we hosted together the Fiber Friends Sock Swap. So we did that. And it was so much fun. Amy's in Pennsylvania. I'm here in California. So it was great to be able to do like, we're friends because of fiber, and you can have fiber friends too. So another of the sock swaps we really enjoy is the one put on by La Mercerie. I don't know if I say that right. I probably don't. But they do the Winter Witches sock swap every year. And this year they decided not to do it, which was very sad. But then we decided we still wanted to do a swap of some sort. So we were gonna swap with each other. And so we decided we were swapping 2 50-gram skeins of yarn. So I went through my stash and my kids got involved and they picked out the 2 skeins. So I weighed them out and I wound them up, but I still had the other 2 50 grams. And so I put out on my Instagram page, is anyone interested in doing a swap? And so 3 people said, yes, we want to do a swap, which was perfect because then I was able to pass on some more yarn. So one of those people is Gabs of Slip Sis, and she has a channel here on YouTube with her sister Chaley. They're both in California as well. Gabs is in San Jose, which is like Bay Area. So that's about 2.5 hours away from where I am. And then her sister Chaley is in the LA area, which is quite a bit farther. So this just came into the mail and I didn't know it was coming today. So let me pull it out. Oh man. Hold on, everything is shaking. Ooh, so there's a letter. So we'll open this up real quick. So much noise, sorry. All right, It's got a little Santa on it. Says, so happy to be swapping with you again this year. We included some poppers for your kids. Hope they survive the post. Happy New Year, Gabs. So Gabs has little girls. I have little girls. My puppy wants to go outside, but she's gonna have to wait. So here are the poppers for my kids. So I'll wait for them to get home from school and they can do that. And we'll take a video and send it to Gabs so she can see that. But also in here is a little bag, and there is, yes, there is hot chocolate sticks. I think you like stir that into your hot milk to make hot chocolate. No, puppy, I'm YouTubing. There are these stitch markers, which are just beautiful. And then something from Cocoa Knits. No, puppy. Oh, these are these, they're needle stoppers. Hold on, let me take the dog out and I'll be right back. Sorry about that. We have a little bell by our back door that the dog taps on when she wants to go outside. And when she starts to whine, then it's like, okay, you actually want to go outside because you have to go. No, she didn't. She just wanted to sniff leaves. She's figured out pretty quickly that all she has to do is ask to go outside, and she gets to go outside, which can be great because we don't have accidents in the house, but can also be annoying when she asks to go outside 6 times in a row. Again, the theme is welcome to a day in my life. Back to yarn stuff. So there's also this bag, which is beautiful. It has knitting needles on it. And I've never had a bag where you could see the inside of like what is in there. But that would be awesome for like 2 at a time socks. But there's a bunch of stuff in here. Let's see. This is, oh, I know what this is. It's one of those, you put this stick like through here and then it holds your skein and then you can like attach it to your person and you can like work from your yarn and still have this carried around. That's super cool. There are these cards. I know Chaylee makes cards and her mom. So I don't know if this is a Chaylee card or a Gabs card. But these are super cute. I have some other ones that Gab sent me. We ended up doing a swap together. Was it the Winter Wishes? I think it was the Winter Wishes one we did together last year. And then there is hot chocolate. And this is, oh no, this isn't hot chocolate. This is apple cinnamon mug muffin mix. I love those like cookie in a mug things. So this is super exciting. Ooh, I'm not gonna share that. That's mine. And then a notebook, which I love having notebooks. These, I love putting these in my purse for my kids for that one moment when they don't have anything to do and they forgot their book. One of these is a lifesaver for me. And then the main attraction, which is the yarn. I don't see any sort of label, but these are the colors and those are beautiful. Those are super cute. So I think what I'm gonna do is maybe I'll do helical socks. For 2 50-gram skeins, I have done like flip-flop socks where I did like the heels, toes, and cuffs in like the speckle, and then the body of the leg and the foot in the plain, and then with the other sock, I flipped it. I did heel, toes, and cuffs in this one, and the rest of the sock in that one. So I've done that before. I know helical knitting was really big, within the last year or two, which I've done that for my sweaters, but I haven't done that for socks. So maybe I'll try that. I have a sock pattern in my mind that I would like to write down and share, but I don't think there's enough contrast with these. But those are really cute. So Gabs, if you are seeing this, thank you so much. It's so sweet of you. My package should be arriving soon. And I will see you guys probably a little later. I guess I'll do my car check-in now because I'm not in the car. Yesterday we had Taekwondo. It was great. I got some footage of like the class as a whole, but not of me. So I won't include that because I didn't ask them if they wanted to be a part of my YouTube channel. But my hand pain, I know we've been talking about my hand pain and my wrist pain. It is from our bow staff. Just with working it with it yesterday, and we're doing these, it's hard to explain without like having it in my hand, but like you turn it and then you catch it and then you turn it, but you have to go fast and then you have to like throw it, kind of like color guard with the flags. But the stick is thinner and it hurts. I mean, obviously a flag would hurt if you hit yourself with it. But it's lighter, so you get some more spin to it, but it also hurts more when you hit it yourself. So we're working with those. So like all here, my shoulders, my upper back, right here, and my hands have some pain this morning. I know my hands definitely, because you have to roll the stick over the back of your, like here. So, and you're gripping here. So this part of my hand is sore, a little soreness on the back of my hand. So those I'm definitely, okay, I knew I was gonna feel that. We also did like 5 million push-ups yesterday. So all this right here is sore. So that would account for my hand and wrist pain with my crocheting. So I'm still going to take those couple days off from crochet just to be sure. Going to be looking into specific hand strengthening and wrist strengthening exercises to try and help just build a little more strength. And I should probably be doing more push-ups than I actually do. I don't do any push-ups unless it's like class and we have to. So that was last night. Today is my day off from my day job. And normally on Thursdays and Fridays, I sub at the school, but there weren't any jobs open for today. So I'm anticipating, words are hard today. I'm anticipating that there aren't going to be a lot of jobs for the month of December because it's only 3 weeks until break. So unless someone's really sick, they're not going to be out of class. So that's kind of the flex. So I didn't work today, but I did get my hair cut. It's just a little bit shorter. I had an undercut. So the back, like probably about from here, my ear down, I had shaved. And I've had an undercut off and on for like the last maybe 4 years. I had ear surgery about 4 years ago. And so I had cut this part of my hair so that I didn't want the surgeon to cut my hair. I also knew I was going to have my ears all taped up. So I want to make sure that they could tape properly. And then I just kind of kept it and, you know, let it grow out, and then I cut it again. But my kids finally said like they didn't like it. I'm like, oh, okay. Well, then I'll grow it out, because they rarely say like, Mom, I like this, or I don't like this. So when they called it my undertow, then I knew it was time to grow it out. So I've been growing it out for like the last 6 months. And so it was about here where like the rest of the length of my hair was. But anytime I put my hair up, you'd always have this part sticking out. And I never liked that. So I went and got everything else cut so it's all the same length, so I can just grow it out from there. So up next for us today, kids get out of school in a bit. I need to take today's pictures of my finished objects and then work for today's stripe so I could take the pictures for tomorrow. I feel like this is going to be a theme for this Advent season, which is fine. It is what it is. It is what it is. And then we're gonna do homework and we're gonna chill for a little bit, and we're gonna brainstorm Christmas gifts for my husband. I might give the dog a groom. She definitely needs a brush. See if we can get out for a walk. And then it'll be like dinner and bedtime. So the day will go by quickly once the kids get home from school. And now Sabine is bopping the bell again because she wants to go sniff leaves, which we take her out on leash because we have some like bushes that are being cut down. So do you hear her? She has opinions. Anyways, I'm gonna get going. I'm gonna let the dog out, and then I will talk to you guys later. home from my room on day 7. It's actually evening. We didn't get a check-in yesterday. It just kind of got away from me. So I will do a check-in for both yesterday and today. So yesterday was Friday. I ended up not having any work, so I spent a couple hours at a coffee shop after drop-off and worked on a couple different projects and just enjoyed coffee by myself, which was always nice. Did town laundry, gave the dog a haircut, just like all the little things that just have to get done. So that all happened Friday. Today is Saturday. I try and keep our weekends kind of light, just because stuff always ends up happening on weekends. So this morning started with a memorial service for a good friend of ours who passed away. He was in his late 80s, early 90s, so very long, full life. So it was great to be able to be there to just love and support his wife and their family, and to be with friends that we haven't seen in a while. So that was like sad, but also nice just to kind of remember him. And then we ran home, and then our puppy Sabine went to go have her picture taken with Santa. I used to volunteer with Guide Dogs for the Blind, and my guide dog group that I volunteered with always does a pictures with Santa around December. So they had that going on today, so we went and did that. I never take my kids to get their pictures done with Santa, but I take my dog. So that was a lot of fun. Got to see some really old friends that I haven't seen in a long time and, reconnect with them. The last time I really saw any of them was right when I got married. So 12 years ago, 13 years ago. So it was nice to go back and see people. And then in the same pet store, there was also an adoption event, and the group that was there was the group that we adopted Sabine from. So we adopted Sabine in March, and she turns 1 next month. So it was great to go and see people that raised her when she was a puppy and be able to say look, she's grown up and she's doing great. So they do a lot of hard work. They specifically rescue puppies and pregnant moms, and so give them a safe place to be able to have their litters and then find homes for all of them. So that was great to be able to see some people who knew Sabine before she was Sabine. So did that and then ran home, and then we went to a play date with some friends from Taekwondo. So both of my girls had friends to play with, which was really great. And I kind of hung out with the parents, and it was just nice to just hang out with friends. It was a very busy day, but it was a good day. So since there was no video yesterday, I'm going to do the pictures from yesterday, and then this video, and then the pictures for today. So you'll see that at the end of this video. So make sure you take a look at those. I got my day 7 stripes done and had no time to take a picture. So once again, I'll be taking the picture right before I post it. So it'll come out at some point tomorrow, but all those projects are going well. I started crocheting again yesterday, and I'm trying to hold my hook differently and take more breaks. So hopefully that will help with any future wrist pain. So I am going to stop talking and get this uploaded to my computer. Thankfully, I had enough forethought, and I have been uploading stuff and editing stuff along the way. So I just have to edit this and give it a final check through, and then it'll be posted. So thanks for watching the first week of Advent for Vlogmas, and I will see you guys next week for week 2.